Welcome to Life It with DVD. I'm back again with another video, and today I wanted to talk about why it is important to stay in communication with your adversaries, or your enemies, those that argue against you, that are not in support of you, and the importance of communicating around that to find some sort of mutual ground. Um, so I was thinking about this the other day, and I was interacting with some people, a group of people that were all new. We didn't know each other that well. And it's interesting because there's always somebody that wants to kind of demonstrate either more leadership or one up you or kind of bring down the whole um, contribution to the group in a way that they just don't seem to want to synergistically um, give up authority to a single person, and that makes sense, right? I mean, nobody wants to, um, especially in a new situation, give up, you know, their sovereignty or power to somebody that they don't know. Um, and it's interesting because it's not like, I was trying to assume power or anything else, but just to keep open communication with people and to try to figure out how can we work towards, our mutual goal. And in this case, it was we were a new soccer team, and we were trying to figure out, how to um, get over some of the things that we were dealing with in the game to beat our opponent. But of course, even amongst the team, there's people that don't like how you're talking about it, how you might be trying to form a new positioning, a new strategy, and they just might not like that, and like other people, trying to maybe have more power or whatever over the group. Um, but once again, I believe in open communication in all things because you don't just want to communicate with your friends. Obviously, there's numerous reasons to communicate with your friends. It makes you feel better. It enhances trust in society, and just in people in general. The more people you can interact with, and have some sort of relationship with, and develop some sort of trust with, the better you will feel about society. And that is something that is incredibly lacking today. I myself have had very little trust in society. But then when I go out and I interact with the world, I realize that it's not as bad as you might think. And I mean, this is a similar revelation that I had when I traveled abroad earlier in my life. You look at the news and you see how troubling everything is, how bad everything is. Um, you only hear about the bad news, and it creates a perception that it's dangerous to go anywhere when that is so far from the truth. It is such a microcosm of what is the world, what is true. Most people overall want to be good. They want to have open communication. They want to interact with other people. It's the beauty of humanity. And at the same time, we have media organizations that do more to divide us than actually contribute to humanity. And we need to get back to communication. To We need to get back to, instead of drawing the lines, we need to try to actually bridge them instead of saying, oh no, he's part of this tribe, he likes this party, you know, I can't interact with them. We won't agree, right? And I'm guilty of doing this too. And a lot of times it's unconsciously, subconsciously. And we need to get back to this because ultimately we have a lot of the same goals. All of us do. Yet we seem to forget in the way that people talk or the way they interact about certain things. We might not like that because we might not know somebody that doesn't communicate like that, or it might just be off putting or strange. And people might just reject it. People tend to reject the things that they don't understand, that they don't know, that they haven't experienced or interacted with. So we need to try to bridge these gaps. And we need to bridge these gaps because we have more in common on a human basis than everybody seems to realize. We all want very basic things, and that can even go down to the food, water, shelter, community, love, belonging, and as I'm quoting the Maslow hierarchy of needs that I think I've talked about on this channel before, but can't remember. But regardless, we want to communicate with people. This provides opportunities to learn about them, opportunities for other things as well, to unite with them in the future, common goals. It promotes understanding of another person's perspectives, and it just helps to build relationships in general. But it's more important to communicate with our adversaries and our enemies and the people that don't seem to support us, because this is what can lead to the bridging of the gap, the conflict resolution, and resolving disputes that might not even seem like they're there because, well, maybe they're not. But you know, every once in a while people seem to have a problem with you, and you don't even know why they seem to have a problem with you. Even if you ask them, what's going on here? They might not even know what's going on. But unless you bring it up in the first place in a, tactful way, in a way that's, not designed to attack them, but in, a peaceful way, maybe it'll get them to start thinking about, oh, why is it that I don't seem to like this person? Or, yeah, why am I acting this way around this person? Do I not like them for some reason? Unless you start to engage with them in a way that can bring that topic up consciously for them, because they might not even realize it. Well, people will tend to just shut off and not communicate with other people. So, it's important to communicate with our enemies because it resolves disputes. It clarifies misunderstandings. And it engages in communication when, communication may be, dead in the water, right? If you just assume that a person is going to be against you or just doesn't like you. And this is also great because it prevents further hostilities and escalation to something more serious like violence. And ultimately, it feels pretty good when you're able to collaborate with people. At least that's my experience. I know some people are in it for themselves and they just want to be the best. But I find that usually when people are acting like, it's all about them, it's really because they've been hurt by somebody else in the past that has, tried to better them. And, they might have an ego thing where they feel like they need to show how good they are or that they're better than you or whatever. And ultimately, by opening the communication, this becomes a healing process, not just for you, but for them. And this is obviously insanely important for any sort of group work, any sort of part of your career or your relationships. And I just thought I'd mention this today. I just thought I would talk about this because it's something in the past that I haven't been great at. And it's taken me a long time to realize that shutting down communication actually is the detriment instead of trying to ask the person about, hey, what's going on? Like, is there something going on here? Um, and that can take a bit to work through. Uh, but the most important thing is that you keep communication channels open, and you just try to approach things with people in a loving, non-biased way, that you're just trying to figure out what's going on. Because in a lot of cases, the other person doesn't even know what's going on. They don't even know why they're acting the way they are. They are just doing it. And that is an unconscious thing that's probably, from a deeper past or deeper trauma or something like that. So, once again, keep communication open with your enemies as well as your friends. And yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, please like or subscribe. That'd mean a lot for me. Um, have you ever had any sort of situation where you're not getting along with people, and they seem to be coming at you, and you just can't seem to find any sort of mutual ground? Let me know what it was that wasn't working for your relationship. Um, and yeah, otherwise, thanks for being here. And until next time, talk to you later. Bye.